What the hell were King Von's son and FBG Duck's son doing together at King Von's grave? A photo and video just surfaced showing both boys standing side by side at Von's resting place, and it has sent shockwaves through the entire drill community. Two kids who should technically be on opposite sides of a long and bloody war are now seen together at the grave of one of their fathers. King Von's mother, Tasha, has already been emotional about her grandson's safety and peace ever since the first viral photo of the two boys surfaced. On the other side, FBG Duck's mother has spent years fighting for justice and carrying the pain of losing her son in broad daylight. And in the middle of all this is Lil Durk, who is currently locked up facing a federal murder-for-hire case that many believe is connected to everything that happened after Von's death. Now, seeing both boys at Von's grave has people asking serious questions. Was this a moment of healing, or did it cross a line for some? When Big Mike from O-Block saw the photo, his reaction was raw and emotional. He didn't celebrate it the way many expected. Instead, his words created tension, especially with people connected to FBG Duck, who felt Big Mike's comments were one-sided and disrespectful to Duck's memory and family. How did we reach a point where the next generation is standing at the grave of a man their fathers were once beefing with? What did Big Mike actually say that upset Duck's side? And how are the mothers on both sides really feeling about this? This situation is much deeper than just a photo. Yo, this situation just went from emotional to straight-up controversial in a matter of hours. A photo and video recently surfaced showing King Von's son and FBG Duck's son standing together at King Von's grave, and the internet has been in complete chaos ever since. Two little boys, who were never supposed to be on the same side according to the streets, are now seen side by side where one of their fathers is buried. The image hit different for a lot of people, and not in a good way for everyone. For years, the beef between King Von and FBG Duck was one of the most personal and violent in Chicago drill. Von represented O-Block, while Duck was tied to 63rd Street. Their war wasn't just music. It was real street tension that resulted in both of them losing their lives at just 26 years old. Von was killed in Atlanta in 2020, and Duck was gunned down in broad daylight on Chicago's Magnificent Mile just months earlier. Both families were left devastated, and the streets stayed divided long after their deaths. Now, years later, seeing both of their sons together at Von's grave has reopened wounds that many thought were starting to heal. King Von's mother, Tasha Bennett, has already been very protective of her grandson ever since the first viral photo of the two boys surfaced months ago. She has made it clear that she wants her grandson to have peace and not carry the same hate that destroyed the generation before him. On the other side, FBG Duck's mother has spent years fighting for justice and carrying the heavy pain of losing her son in such a public and brutal way. For both mothers, this new photo at the grave feels much heavier than the previous one. When the photo first started circulating, reactions were mixed. Some people called it a powerful moment of healing and said the next generation is choosing peace. Others felt it was too soon and disrespectful, especially to those who lost their lives in the beef. But the real fire started when Big Mike from O-Block decided to speak on it. Big Mike didn't come with the same energy that a lot of people expected. While some thought he would celebrate the moment or stay neutral, his reaction was emotional, conflicted, and very one-sided in the eyes of many. He spoke about how seeing Von's son at his father's grave with Duck's son made him feel a certain type of way. He didn't fully trash the moment, but he also didn't hide his pain. He made it clear that loyalty to Von and O-Block still runs deep for him, and watching the next generation move on so easily wasn't sitting right with him. What Big Mike said didn't land the same with everyone. People connected to FBG Duck felt like his words were disrespectful and one-sided. They felt like he was only focusing on Von's side and the pain O-Block felt, while barely acknowledging what Duck's family went through. Some even said his comments made it seem like Duck's death didn't carry the same weight. This created an immediate divide online, with both sides going at each other in the comments. The situation became even more sensitive because Lil Durk is currently locked up facing a federal murder-for-hire case that many believe is connected to everything that happened after Von's death. With Durk away, and both mothers still dealing with their own pain, this photo at the grave felt like it was reopening old chapters that nobody was ready to revisit. Big Mike's reaction didn't just stay as one interview. It started a wave of responses, especially from people who still move with Duck's circle. What he said might have come from a real place of loyalty, but to many, It also felt like he was pouring gasoline on a fire that was just starting to calm down. Because the backlash against Big Mike didn't stay limited to a few comments on social media. Within 24 hours of his interview dropping, multiple people connected to FBG Duck Circle started speaking out more directly, and their tone was much sharper than before. One person who has been publicly associated with Duck's movement posted a long video on Instagram breaking down Big Mike's reaction. He said, "Big Mike talking about how it hurts him to see Von's son with Duck's son at the grave. But did it hurt when Duck got killed on the Magnificent Mile? Did it hurt when we had to bury our brother in front of the whole world? It's always the same thing with these O-block niggas. They only feel pain when it's their side." That video quickly gained traction and was shared across multiple pages. People started clipping specific parts of Big Mike's interview and putting them side by side with old footage of Duck. The contrast was being used to question Big Mike's honesty. Many from Duck's side felt that Big Mike was being selective with his emotions. They argued that if he was truly concerned about the next generation, he would have spoken in a more balanced way instead of focusing so heavily on O-block's pain. Another angle that started circulating was the involvement of King Von's mother, Tasha Bennett. According to some sources close to the family, Tasha was not happy with how Big Mike handled the situation. While she has always been protective of her grandson, she reportedly felt that Big Mike's comments added unnecessary pressure on the young boy. One person close to Tasha said, "She just wants her grandson to have peace. Every time something like this happens, people start bringing up the old beef again. She's tired of it." This information added another layer to the drama because it showed that even within the O-block side, not everyone was fully supporting Big Mike's approach. At the same time, Lil Durk's current situation made everything feel even heavier. Durk has been locked up since October 2024 on federal murder-for-hire charges, and many people believe the case is directly connected to the aftermath of Von's death. With Durk away, some felt that Big Mike speaking so openly created more division at a time when unity might have been more important. Others argued that Durk being locked up made Big Mike feel like he had to speak up and protect Von's legacy even more strongly. Social media became extremely toxic during this period. Old diss tracks from both Von and Duck started trending again. People were posting side-by-side comparisons of the viral grave photo with old videos of Von and Duck going at each other. The comment sections were filled with arguments, with some people saying, "This is why the beef will never die," while others were defending the kids and saying the older generation needs to let go. What made the situation even more complicated was that Big Mike didn't back down when the backlash started. In a follow-up clip that surfaced later, he stood firm on his original comments. He said, "I'm not gonna sit here and act like everything is sweet just because two kids took a picture. The pain is still real for a lot of us who lost brothers. I'm not changing how I feel." That response made Duck's side even more upset. They felt like Big Mike was refusing to show any balance or respect for what Duck's family went through. This whole drama also brought up a bigger conversation about how the next generation is being affected. Many people started asking whether these kids are being forced to carry the weight of a war they never started. With both boys now being seen at Von's grave, the spotlight on them has become even brighter, and some are worried about the long-term effects this kind of attention could have on them. The tension between both sides is clearly still very much alive, even years after Von and Duck are gone. Because even after the backlash and the strong responses from FBG Duck's side, Big Mike remained firm on his stance. In another clip that surfaced days later, he doubled down and made his position even clearer. He said, "I'm not here to make everybody happy. I said what I felt. Seeing Von's son at his father's grave with Duck's son did something to me. I can't lie about that. I lost brothers behind this. A lot of us did. So when I see the next generation moving like this, it hits different. I'm not saying the kids are wrong, but I'm also not gonna act like it don't affect me." That response made the situation even more heated. People from Duck's circle felt like Big Mike was being stubborn and refusing to show any type of balance. Some even started saying that Big Mike was using the moment to remind everyone about O-block's pain instead of focusing on the kids. The comments under his clips became more aggressive, with people from both sides going at each other harder than before. At the same time, King Von's mother, Tasha Bennett, was reportedly not pleased with how things were unfolding. According to sources close to the family, She has been trying to protect her grandson from all this public attention and drama. She has already spoken before about wanting peace for the children, and seeing this situation turn into another online war between both sides was disappointing for her. One person close to Tasha said that she just wants her grandson to be able to visit his father's grave in peace without it becoming a topic of public debate every time. On the other side, FBG Duck's mother has also been dealing with her own emotions. She has spent years fighting for justice and carrying the pain of losing her son in such a brutal way. For her and many people connected to Duck, seeing his son at Vaughn's grave brought up mixed feelings. While some felt it could be a step toward healing, others felt it was too soon and that the pain from Duck's death was being overlooked once again. Lil Durk's current situation also added more weight to everything. With Durk still locked up facing a federal murder-for-hire case, many people felt that the timing of this drama was bad. Some argued that with Durk away, there was already enough pressure on O'Block and Vaughn's family, and Big Mike speaking so openly only made things more complicated. Others felt that Big Mike was simply speaking up because he felt like someone needed to protect Vaughn's legacy while Durk is not around. This whole situation has now become bigger than just one photo or one reaction. It has turned into a full conversation about loyalty, pain, healing, and whether the next generation should be forced to carry the same hate that destroyed the generation before them. The fact that both boys were seen at King Vaughn's grave made everything more emotional and sensitive for people on both sides. Big Mike's reaction showed that even years after Vaughn and Duck are gone, the pain from that beef is still very much alive for many people who were there. While some people want to see the kids move on and create their own path, others feel that completely forgetting what happened would be disrespectful to those who lost their lives. This divide is what's making the situation so complicated and heated right now. As of today, the tension between both sides is still very much present. More people from Duck's circle are expected to speak on it, and Big Mike has shown no signs of backing down from his original comments. What started as a simple photo of two kids at a grave has now turned into another chapter of the same old story, one filled with pain, loyalty, and division. And right now, nobody really knows how this situation will end. So there it is. What started as a simple photo of two kids at King Vaughn's grave quickly turned into another heated debate after Big Mike gave his raw and emotional reaction. Now FBG Duck's affiliates are responding strongly, and the tension between both sides is clearly still alive years after Vaughn and Duck are gone. The big questions remain. Was Big Mike wrong for speaking how he felt, or was he just being honest about his loyalty? Should the next generation be allowed to move on, or does remembering the past matter more? And how are both mothers really feeling about all of this? Drop your honest opinion in the comments right now. Do you think Big Mike was out of line, or do you agree with what he said? Are you team healing or team loyalty? If you're locked in with these deep, unfiltered, and heated breakdowns, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss when we drop the next update. We'll be back soon with more reactions and the latest on this situation. Chicago never sleeps, and neither do we. Stay dangerous.